In the previous example, you already know that as a yellow player, you cannot put your piece over here thinking that you can conquer the entire second row over here, because even if you make this circle and this circle the major threat by placing your yellow piece over here, the red player can place one piece over here and force you as a yellow player to occupy this space, and therefore the red player can conquer this space, undercutting and cancelling your major threat in the first place. So the undercutting move for the red player, as mentioned in the previous video, is actually here. So what you can do as a yellow player to prevent that in the first place is by placing the yellow piece over here in the first place, so that the red player cannot undercut your minor threat over here. And observe when I as a yellow player, I place a piece over here, what happens? The minor threat becomes a lot more active. I can place the yellow piece over here or here and turn this circle into a major threat already. So the red player has no choice, because the red player cannot block on both sides at the same time with each turn. So the red player can actually do this, and the yellow player still establish the major threat over here, and you cannot undercut it anymore. So maybe the red player tries to undercut by first putting the red piece over here. Yes, major threat may be useless first, but observe there is a diagonal minor threat over here and a diagonal minor threat over here. If the red player is allowed to put it over here, then it creates a force move that the yellow player has to put it here, and immediately this becomes major threat above major threat, and the red player, it undercuts the major threat of yellow here in the first place, you see. So what can the yellow player do? Immediately prevents that by putting the circle over here. And red player tries to attempt the same strategy again, and yellow player does that, blocks it again. Immediately what happens? The red player has no choice but to observe that the major threat and the minor threats, the diagonal, cross-link, minor threat, minor threat, minor threat. Even if the red player does put over here, trying to block it, the yellow player can still put here. And observe, one major threat on top of major threat. Immediately the yellow player will have a